Hello and welcome to the Sod1 YouTube channel. My name is Ray, and in this video, SpotMicro Part 13, we're going to look at replacing some of the servo mounts. So I found on Thingiverse a set of files that make up these two parts. So this is the top arm cover. To replace a top arm cover, got the right side, the top arm cover here, and I've got a matching one for this side as well as ones for the other side of the robot. What's different about this one compared to this one is this pivot pin, which takes a flange bearing, same as the one down the bottom down here. And then we have this part, which you can fit a bearing into, that slots on, and then that mounts onto the shoulder, like so. And there's holes in here for provision to screw into the top, the front, and at the back here. So essentially I've got a full set of parts I need in order to replace each of these top arms. Now the reason for doing this is in the design I've noticed that as I add load to these, the feet move quite a substantial amount without the servos actually rotating. A bit hard to tell at the moment with the power off. But when the power is on and the servos are enabled, the servo joints themselves don't rotate, but they do have, particularly in this joint, they do have side-to-side motion. And that can account for quite a bit of motion within the joint. So the plan is to replace these parts with these ones and these covers, and do a little bit of recalibration. So during servo calibration, all of my wrist joints turned out to be okay, but I did have some errors in the arm joints, so I'll look at that as well. Alright, let's get stuck into it, starting with the back. And that's one off. Yeah, one of the things I did with this one is I put a slot in here, but I don't know that it's going to work too well with our new covers. So when any new covers go on, that slot's almost in line with that screw, and that's going to create issues. So I did reprint some new covers, and I've had to get more of these particular horns, because I plastic welded those ones in. I didn't want them moving. Now before I can put this one back together, we do need to get the servo tester out and set the position of those that servo. Okay, so the lead here with the longest length is actually for the shoulder joint. The next longest is for the arm joint, and the one with the extension on it is for the wrist. So it's this one that I want to play with at the moment. All right, so with these servo testers, we have got a range of numbers between 800 and 2200 on this particular tester. The center position is actually 1500 and represents 90 degrees in my robot lab. So I've got that set. Now when these are mounted, they're mounted this way up, and we want this to be straight down. So we want this to be aligned as close to straight at this point so we can make it. It's not real straight. You can see I've got an angle on that. Try again. Now there is an odd number of teeth on the splines, usually 25 of them. So sometimes you have to rotate the whole lot 180 degrees in order to get the spline to line up where you want it. Still not happy with that. But it does line up. If I grab my small ruler here, it does line up quite nicely with the center line of the wrist servo. And I think that's more important to us. Okay, now we can mount the next servo. I think I might bring these round and under. We've already got that one powered. I think that's going to work. Now the longest one is this servo. So before I put that on, I'm going to find it difficult to get in to do up that screw. Although I can probably do that. Now for screws, these are the screws that actually came with the servos. So what I'll do is I'll use those. Because I have a heat for them. I'll just get a pilot drill. Now to keep these wires under control, what I can do is also drill a hole through here and put a small cable tie through it. But I can do that later on, and I think I will do that because it will keep these wires under control. Right, if you do have to set this slightly up in one direction, keep the leg out. It's the best way to go. We've got more maneuverability heading out than we have heading in. In any case, we won't be using the full range. Okay, so that's one leg done. Now I made a mistake here. I didn't get my servo position set. That's a lot firmer. Well, there's a lot less movement there now, so that's a good start. I've just got to finish reassembling the back and then I can move on to the front. Okay, so that's the basic hardware modifications done. The next step will be to go through, as previously done on other videos, and calibrate each of the servos in my robot lab. That is the time-consuming part of the job. Looking at it, they do feel a little more stable compared to what they were. There is a bit of backlash in those gearboxes, and because they are proper metal gears all the way through, yeah, those ones do have a lot of backlash in them, but they are good and strong. So I'll leave that, or this video, at that point. I'll do the calibration off camera. It is important to get that right. And on the next video, I will look at straight line movements with our program so that we can have Spot walking in the near future. If you like these videos, don't forget to click on like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can hear when the next video comes out. I also have a Patreon account if you'd like to support the channel, and you can join my Patreons, Go Lucky and Lorenz Berger, as well as my Builder Patreons, MRL 45 and Ratchet. I also have a Discord. There's a link in the description for both Patreon and Discord, as well as links to where I found the files for all these parts. So have a look through the description. We'll see you in the next video.